So what we can see here is that we basically have what's called a wedge pattern building, and wedge pattern is an upsloping trend line here, and you have your flat top, which right here, and then just a couple days ago we hit that the day before we hit the low end. So as a wedge pattern tightens, right, as we get over here, it's going to eventually force price out of this range, and generally you get a big move outside of that range. So I would continue to remain bullish on Bitcoin here as long as you don't start trading below this lower trend line. As long as you stay in here, I would remain bullish. And I think, again, whether it's into year end or January, a spot ETF is coming, at least one, and you'll get that at least one sort of surge to the upside.
Hey, Savvy Finance enthusiasts. Massive shout out for being the heartbeat of Savvy Finance. Your support has been the wind beneath our wings, and we can't express our gratitude enough. Now buckle up because we've got an exclusive deal just for you. Ever wanted a slice of the action? We're offering a golden opportunity to own part of our YouTube channel's potential future revenue. This isn't just an investment, it's an invitation to be a part of our story. Investing means you're not just an investor, you will be a participant in the future of Savvy Finance. No cheesy lines, just a genuine call to embark on this journey together. But wait, there's more. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, become a Savvy ambassador. Share our videos on every platform: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Your shares amplify our visibility, potentially translating to more views and more YouTube revenue. Here's the kicker. If our viewership increases, we would not be just growing financially. We would be making a tangible impact by spreading valuable financial education. Now the icing on the cake. Invest and you'll score exclusive access to our private Savvy Finance Discord. Here you can chat with Savvy Finance, swap ideas with fellow investors, and be at the forefront of exciting developments. Click on the link below to register your Gigastar account. You can also find the link to my offering page in the description below. Get your Gigastar account ready, review the offering details, and let's embark on this thrilling venture together. To the incredible Savvy community, thank you for being the backbone of our success. Your journey is my journey, and together, we're creating waves. Cheers. The Bitcoin ETF enthusiasm continues to spread through the cryptocurrency industry like wildfire, which is no surprise considering the leading crypto asset is up by around 125% year to date. Renowned technical analyst and swing trader Gareth Soloway might be late to the party after repeatedly expressing bearish sentiments about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies for over a year. But Soloway's super bearish days may very well be behind us. Pretty much like every other cryptocurrency investor at the moment, Gareth Soloway has caught the ETF fever and turned from his $9,000 predictions for Bitcoin to finally acknowledging that we are in a bull run and things are about to get even more interesting. The renowned trader and analyst recently appeared for an interview on the Barron network, during which he gave his updated predictions and analysis for leading cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ether, Solana, and Cardano. After approximately 2 years of consistent bearish calls, Soloway describes the ongoing rally in the cryptocurrency market as a mini bull run, adding that there will be greater upsides for some of these leading crypto assets in 2024 after the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF. During his discussion with Paul, the renowned technical analyst also revealed a blue-chip altcoin that he believes has a lot of room for a potential upside in 2024, probably even more upside than altcoins like Solana, which everyone can agree has had a very good run this year. As we bring you clips from the conversation, please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Also, ensure you drop your comments in the comments section below and check out our other crypto-related videos. Thanks and enjoy.
You're in a mini bull run. There's no doubt about it, right? So we've seen altcoins. There have been certain altcoins that have gone up 200 to 300% that are big names like Solana, Avalanche, all right? I mean, we've seen these type of moves. Bitcoin has been generally trending up for the last year plus at this point. So yes, you are in a bull run. The question is, when people say bull run, they automatically assume new all-time highs. And I'm a little skeptical on that at this stage. And understanding that you're still going to get pullbacks. In the short term, I think, and this is the disconnect, is smaller investors, the retail crowds, crypto Twitter, crypto X, they're assuming that as soon as it gets deployed or approved, you're going to see this new bull run to new all-time highs. I think that it's going to take a lot longer. Having a spot ETF, right, is a step in the right direction, but it's still not going to make grandma who's 90 years old put a large chunk of money into, right? So you have to understand it's going to take time. There's a trust that has to be built. And honestly, we've still seen continued kind of of fraudulent activities, filings and so forth that have broken a lot of that trust, or at least it has to be built back up. So the spot ETF is one more piece of the puzzle that will make for a huge long-term value in Bitcoin and in cryptocurrency. But I think it's faulty to expect that you get an approval. And I do think honestly, you get one of those, what they call God candles, right? Because people will rush in. But honestly, I will be looking to short it. I will short into that and wait to buy once it pulls back.
Where do you see Bitcoin let's say through the holiday and into the first week of December?
So what we can see here is that we basically have what's called a wedge pattern building, and wedge pattern is an upsloping trend line here, and you have your flat top, which right here, and then just a couple days ago we hit that the day before we hit the low end. So as a wedge pattern tightens, right, as we get over here, it's going to eventually force price out of this range, and generally you get a big move outside of that range. So I would continue to remain bullish on Bitcoin here as long as you don't start trading below this lower trend line. As long as you stay in here, I would remain bullish. And I think, again, whether it's into year end or January, a spot ETF is coming, at least one, and you'll get that at least one sort of surge to the upside. So I like the price action here. I think, again, as long as it holds this level, which is right now around 36,000 or 35.5, you stay bullish on it and you can stay long. I think if anything, you're sticking with Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum in this situation. Number one, the altcoins have run tremendously already. So again, you have to ask yourself, how much more can Solana go up in this environment, right? Where it's getting a little too extended. You have to see if it pulls back. But I think also there's, the news specifically on the spot ETF is for Bitcoin. And so that's going to draw a lot of interest in. And I think it maybe bleeds over because obviously we've heard about potentially an Ethereum ETF coming out, a spot ETF there as well. And so I think those two lead horses benefit the most. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if money comes out of altcoins and actually goes into Bitcoin in that scenario where that approval comes out. The one thing I do want to mention too is I'm talking relatively bullishly on crypto, but I do want to just mention that there is still one small risk that crypto could have a big dump out. And that would be if the equity markets, in my opinion, were to see a major collapse, like 50-60%. Let's say we go into a tailspin, inflation still is slightly elevated, and we see the Fed unable to print our way out of those scenarios and the economy goes into the pits. Then I do think I do worry in those situations that you could see Ethereum moving back to 1,100, Bitcoin possibly even 15,000 or lower. But again, that would require the stock market to really take a tremendous dump.
Though Soloway is predicting more upside for Bitcoin and the overall cryptocurrency industry in 2024, the relentless bear in him is also warning about further downsides in 2024 if the stock market crashes. This prediction is neatly tied with his prediction that the U.S. economy is heading for a recession. Soloway believes that further disturbances in the economy, including a much-awaited recession, will negatively impact the stock market and subsequently crash the cryptocurrency market. While there is no denying that the U.S. economy is currently in some very murky waters, many economists and prominent investors believe the Federal Reserve may yet be able to avoid a period of marked economic decline. For many of these expert market participants, the United States is already in a recession, but it's not going to be as severe as Soloway predicts. ARK Invest Chief Executive Officer Cathie Wood recently described it as a rolling recession, a kind of recession that impacts sectors of the economy at different times and paces. During a rolling recession, some sectors contrast while others continue growing and expanding. As a result, the economy is able to avoid a full-fledged recession. Let us know what you think about that while we bring you more clips from Soloway's interview. This time, he discusses his outlook on altcoins like Polygon, Solana, and one other he says he currently has eyes on.
Yeah, so Matic to me, and I'll jump my chart up on the screen here, so what we've actually done is we've had a nice move up into resistance, though. And again, I want to show you where these lines come from. So you take this bullish run and you have the pivot low and the pivot low and this pivot low and then this pivot high. That's really where we went into. And you also take these lows and you stretch them through. And it's amazing how charts work like this. But the low here to the low here to the low here, and then it happens to be the high here. Also notice it's the high right over here. So in the near term, this is a short-term high pivot, but this is the kicker, is after a bull run like this, what you do is you buy support. So you have to respect the move. And when it pulls back to a level, and I'm going to show you where I'm going to be a buyer here, right here. So basically 66 cents right in this range. That's where you get a pullback into lots of support right through here. And that's where I think you buy. And then you see retest those, dollar highs and maybe break out to the upside. Just to mention there, and
Yeah.
that's a normal feeling for people, right? Oh my goodness, what if it doesn't hit that exact penny? So what you do is you leg in, right? So let's
Yeah.
say you put an order at 71 cents, and that's only
Mhm.
1/5 of what you want to accumulate, and then it's 69 and 67, and
I like
basically
it.
there are methods to make sure you gain exposure, but you leave enough in the tank to be able to handle it if it does get low enough. So I think the key with Ethereum is, in looking at the charts here, is that so we did just run up and hit that double top, right? The double top that we hit back in April. So that reminds me very much of what Bitcoin did. If we flip back to the Bitcoin chart, that was very similar to what we did here. And then we hit that double top on Bitcoin here before backing off. So to see that pullback in Ethereum is basically, it's almost like looking at history of Bitcoin, of what happened, right? And eventually we did come up and break through that level. So I think with Ethereum, you're looking at the same situation, right? So we've hit the double top here, right over here. Now we're pulling back. We may go a little bit lower, but ultimately you buy that pullback expecting eventually that breakout on Ethereum. Solana has been wild. I mean, way further of a move than I even thought possible. To see it go, I think it's about 260% just from mid-October to the recent highs. Now, it has come into some resistance up here. $68 to $70 is a lot of resistance. So it looks like you can start to see all these little tails. That's telling you there's sellers coming in here. Then you had this green candle, a reversal candle the next day. That's also a bearish sign. So you're starting to see kind of some weakening fundamentals and technicals in the Solana chart. So my expectation is for some sort of retrace back down to about $40, right down into this range where it was consolidating. And then the question at that point is, does it get its next leg up where it can go back to $80? I will show you this line here. So if we look at this, right, these were these previous lows of this kind of first initial dip. That'll be a target price at around $80 that at some point I do think it tests. I would say the only thing that I would kind of keep an eye on here is Cardano, right? And just bringing up the chart on Cardano, it's had a run, but if you look percentage-wise at a lot of the other altcoins, they've gone way further. So again, you went basically from 24 cents to 38 cents, and that's only about a 50% move up, and it surely did hit resistance here, but it's now consolidating. So, at some point, the question is, does this have a bigger run to it that could match a Solana, an Avalanche, or some of these other coins? And so it's just one I'm keeping on my radar. I want to kind of watch this consolidation. If it really starts to break north of 38 and 39 cents, I think that's where you could hop on board for a bigger move to the upside.
Finally, some recognition for Cardano, which unlike other blue-chip altcoins like Solana, has yet to have its share of the 200-300% bull runs. If it does begin, it will be massive. We could very well see altcoin go above $1 and begin the exciting journey to a new all-time high. What are your thoughts on Gareth Soloway's outlook on Bitcoin and other crypto assets in 2024? Do you agree that this is the beginning of a bull run and there is a lot of room for greater upsides after the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF? Please drop your thoughts, comments, and predictions for your favorite crypto assets in the comments section below. Also, take a little time to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications for more videos. Thanks for watching.